Kalla here, welcome to my live stream, glad you could make it today. So today we are back with more Twisted Wonderland, the Nightmare Before Christmas Halloween event. Last time, a bunch of us got transported into Halloween Town when Grimm opened a weird book that we found at a book fair. And then we met Scully, who seems like a lovely young lad, who really likes Halloween and knows everything about Halloween Town. And we also met Jack and Sally and the mayor. And also last time I didn't quite manage to get Leona, and guess who still doesn't quite have enough pity? Oh, wish me luck. Hello Nick, how you doing? Right. I believe I have 3 multis, and then we have to hope that I can earn enough during the stream. Come on, Leona. Also, come on whichever SR I don't have. You know, that's also good. Did you say it was Trey, the other SR? I don't remember. Probably another riddle, though. Well, that's not the riddle I meant, but sure. Sure. Come on, Leon. Come on, Leon, I've got a nice, comfy fleece blanket and a lot of cushions. Yeah, there's another Halloween riddle. Well, the last multi we have for now. He's gonna make me go to pity, right? Even if he doesn't, at this point I should probably still go to pity. A second jade? Alright. A whatever number riddle. Alright, now the question is, do I single pull as far as I can go? Yeah, I probably should, right? At this point I think we single pull. Especially because I have some paid gems, so I can do the cheaper one. Which means I think that we'll be like 20 gems short. Does make it slightly cheaper at least. I mean, not for my wallet. I don't want to think about how much money I've spent on this game. One feather. Ah. That's a Leona. That's not the Leona I want. Come on, Leona. Alright, pull 99! And then we just go through this part of the story, and that should give us enough gems, I think. Oop. Is this another Jade? I'm doing well on the Jades for not being on his banner. Alright. We'll pick up Leona at the end of the stream then. Let's go find out what we're going to do to help the residents of Halloween Town with Halloween. Town meeting! Town meeting! Come to the town hall at once! I was hoping we'd avoid a hassle. And instead, we're stuck in some ridiculous best Halloween ever meeting with the whole town. Do Skellington and the mayor really have to make a giant production out of this? It's nothing new. We hold meetings like this all the time in Halloween Town. Also, yes, I forgot that I was going to go rewatch Nightmare Before Christmas and try and match the voices better. Whoops. Everyone wants to hear what Jack has to say. Dude, I can't imagine a worse place to live than somewhere with constant meetings. Jack's calling the shots anyway, can't he just email updates? Idia's in camp, this meeting could have been an email. If Skellington can order issues to city officials, I suppose it's true that he's the ruler here. Oh yes, and Jack always has the best ideas. He's wonderful, really. Sally! There you are! Oh, not Jack, right? Oh no, so this is Dr. Finkelstein then, right? Oh no, what is it Dr. Finkelstein? Is that the right name? It's the doctor anyway. What did he sound like? It is Dr. Finkelstein, I got it right. Must you keep sneaking out? I've been looking everywhere for you. Doctor! You're not ready for so much excitement. You're coming with me. No, let go! Some guy with a shiny bald head just dragged Sally off. Did she say he was a doctor? Everyone we meet from this town is stranger than the last. Speaking of which, these strange creatures filing in must be the townfolk. An odd-faced clown, a wolf man, a one-eyed monster, a giant man with an axe in the back of his head. Something with sharp fangs and glowing red eyes. Something else with snakes for fingers and spiders in its hair. It upsets me that those things were not in the right order for the song. This is scary, scary. None of us are batting an eye anymore. We get to announce our idea for the best Halloween ever in front of Mr. Skellington on all of Halloween Town. Oh, I don't know how to describe the joy I'm feeling. I could kiss all of you right now. Don't you dare. Your loss. Oh dear, I'm running out of vellum. Might I trouble you for more? What's Scully writing? He's noting down all of his Halloween ideas. His plans, as it were. Why would anyone take notes when they ain't in class? What a weirdo. There's nothing wrong with a bit of ardour. True. We should compile some ideas of our own, even if we don't necessarily write them down. I suspect we're all going to be on the same page when it comes to making the best Halloween ever, though. True. There's not a one of us who doesn't hold Halloween in high regard, after all. Oh, what exceptional taste in holidays you have! I'm so immensely grateful. You're a far cry from the people at my school. Halloween's the most special day of the year. It's obvious what the best way to spend it is. For sure. Since you're already on fire scribbling those notes, we can probably just let you handle that part. You humble me deeply. I can't wait to discuss Halloween more with you all. I'm positively counting down the minutes. What a lovely time it will be. Oh, hello. Scully is so excited. He is having the time of his life. Halloween Town Hall. Listen, everyone! I've made a most peculiar discovery. Something to tantalize my brain. Why, I found visitors for a world unlike anything I've ever seen. A world unlike anything we've ever seen? Yes, it's called Twisted Wonderland. What's a Twisted Wonderland? I bet everyone who lives there is all twisted up in knots. Maybe their faces are all jumbled up. Oh, maybe they're all super mean. Ooh, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Well, you're the closest here. They're taking weird ideas about our world and running with them. You think? I'm not sure they're all that wrong. allow me to introduce you to our esteemed Twisted Wonderland guests. That's bright. Those are the creatures from Twisted Wonderland? Oh, geez Louise, they're really gawking at us. These guys are giving me the creeps. I'm kind of scared. They're making me nervous. Being on the stage was making me nervous for a start. Indeed. I wonder, could we ever live up to the expectations of our Halloween Town hosts? Greetings, one and all. My name is Scully J. Graves, and... Skeleton! Monsters et al! As you've heard, we're here from Twisted Wonderland. You'd best remember that. More importantly, those in the back listen. Those in the front behold. For this is the great Malleus Draconia! Sebek. Here's someone the likes of you would ordinarily never have the privilege of meeting. Prostrate yourselves upon the ground and weep at the fortune visited upon you this day. See? What did I tell you? That's a mean expression right there. I normally take issue with that, but his rude behavior seems to be well received. Would you look at that? Sebek lived up to their expectations without needing any help from the rest of us. You're a very passionate fellow, aren't you, Sebek? I can't help but feel a certain kinship. See this, folks? These people will tell us about a kind of Halloween we've never seen before. What say we get their input on how to liven things up this year? All right, without further ado, let's hear from our Twisted Wonderland visitors. What, in your opinion, would be the best Halloween ever? Yeah. Well, what does Scully think would be the best Halloween? I mean, and the rest of us, but... All right, without further ado, let's hear from our Twisted Wonderland visitors. What, in your opinion, would be the best Halloween ever? I'll field this, Mr. Skellington. My idea of the best Halloween ever is... silence. Simplicity. Austerity. That is Halloween. Is it? Huh? A silent, simple, austere Halloween. That's an intriguing suggestion. Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll take a moment to elaborate further. First, Halloween should by nature be silent. Really? True terror can only be found in silence so deep you can hear your own heartbeat. Well, yeah, okay. Solemnly savouring one's isolation and fear in utter silence. That is Halloween. Interesting. I do like the potential element of fear in a quiet, noiseless Halloween. If I may. What is it? Yeah, I mean, hearing your own heartbeat is, in fact, scary. That's true. But Halloween isn't just about being scary, Scully. It's about having fun. And also candy. Forgive my interruption, but I question the reasoning of Scully's opinion that Halloween should be silent. Music is a vital element in crafting the frightening, delightful atmosphere that makes Halloween so distinct. October 31st comes but once a year. It deserves to be celebrated in a lively manner with fitting music. Lively manner, You would suggest making a spectacle out of it? I believe Halloween can stand on its own merits without the need for such things. In the sea we call home, music is an essential part of crafting a proper atmosphere. Whether it's relishing the sea itself, conveying love between paramours, or enjoying an event, we all express things through the songs we sing. One cannot dismiss the importance of atmosphere building. Just so, special days are deserving of special music to liven them up. Music enhances both the spine-tingling terror and the dancing delights of Halloween. That's an intriguing view as well. I beg to differ. Dancing? Such raucous displays are hardly in keeping with Halloween. Noise has no place on Halloween. Wow, Scully. I see. You had more to share, right, Scully? Yes. The second key aspect is simplicity. Dressing excessively on Halloween is the epitome of poor taste, utterly unnecessary. Have you seen what you're wearing, Scully? It's hardly simple. Also, as a cosplayer, I object to this thought. Simplicity, huh? You make it sound easy, but it requires a keen aesthetic eye. What might your idea of simplicity entail? Halloween is supposed to be somber and solemn. First, we must remove all decorations. Then rooms should be painted pitch black to represent the night. Their only adornment will be a single pumpkin, its hollow interior lit with a flame that will be the only source of illumination all night. In doing so, people can experience a creeping kind of terror. That is Halloween. Scully, there is absolutely nothing simple about painting the entire inside of a room black. That is multiple days of work. That is not simple. What? Pitch black? Don't be ridiculous. You equate the colour black with fear. You'd content yourself with such a basic, tacky idea. Tacky? Did you just call it tacky? I kinda agree with Vel. It would obviously be way more fitting to decorate with bright neons and metallic colours. Like, put up signboards with bright lights and flashing rainbow letters. You gotta go all out. Can we go somewhere between Ethel's idea and Scully's idea? Because Ethel, your idea sounds like it would make me go blind. That's just as tacky. Don't confuse your ideas with mine. Oh, what? Much of what Fermier said eluded my understanding, but nonetheless, considering the holiday, Schoenheit speaks soundly. Many would find a uniformly black colour scheme to be missing something. Incorporating festive colours like purple, orange and green in Halloween activities has been the norm for about a century now. I agree that decorations should be festive in nature. A single colour would hardly suffice. Such words carry even more weight coming from someone living in a practically colourless prison-like dorm. Agreed. He's got a good idea of just how special an event Halloween is. Yeah, I guess the Insomnia Dorm is, like, mostly black with accents of green. So... I was not expecting the same platitudes from you, lovely people, as those materialistic fools. I'm disappointed. Deeply disappointed. But it's not too late. I can still enlighten you as to what a proper Halloween should be. Surely that's the reason I was brought here. You know, there's a recurring theme here I can't help but notice. Yes, Scully's idea of Halloween seems to be quite different from ours. The Halloween he's describing sounds so serious, so drab. Like the opposite of fun. You said it. A monochrome Halloween versus a bright and colourful one. We have another distinct difference in opinion here. And the last thing you mentioned... Yes, Mr. Skeleton, austerity. Alright, I'll bite. What does this austerity entail? I'm glad you asked. Frugality would be another word for it. Yeah. You don't want to spend money on it, huh? I thought you loved this holiday, Scully. There's no place for revelry on a day meant to honour the afterlife. Many cultures would disagree with you there, Scully. You should carry on with solemnity and dignity. In fact, you should build character by eating even more modest fare than usual. All while pondering the day you'll join the ghosts yourself. That is Halloween. I should have known this would be about food. Austerity on Halloween. That's hard to imagine. So, your vision of Halloween wouldn't include feasting at a party? I was going to say, tell me it at least includes bobbing for apples, but I guess that would be too much fun. Certainly not. Indulging in a feast would distract people from contemplating the true meaning of Halloween. I guess you'd also minimize the candy and just hand out a few hard candies and chocolates. Candy? Why would you need candy on Halloween? Huh? What do you mean, why? Because of trick-or-treating. You're familiar with that, right? Trick-or-treating? You're referring to the locution used to get malicious ghosts to leave? I do agree that measures should be taken to deal with ghosts. But there's no need for those measures to include candy of all things. Worry not. When we mages work together, no malicious ghosts will be a match for us. Hence, we needn't sully Halloween by indulging in such frivolities. No candy on Halloween? That's setting people up for disappointment. Agreed. How are children supposed to enjoy Halloween without candy? I'll grant that Halloween treats started out as a means of returning malicious ghosts to the hereafter whence they came. But nowadays there are countless children who eagerly look forward to those treats every year. You cannot remove them if you wish to craft a Halloween regarded as the best ever. It's true, and they're not just for kids. We'd enjoy it more with treats too. Even the people making the treats spend months brainstorming up good ones for Halloween. Yes, I could see it. You do produce quite intricately made Halloween treats. I definitely wouldn't want to miss out on a chance to eat good food. Food, you say? I can't say I've spared much thought for it before. Actually, if I could ask you a question, Jack. Do you and your friends eat? Come now, of course we do. Of course. Silly me. That's what I get for scrutinizing it too deeply, I suppose. I fail to see what's obvious about it. What could a skeleton possibly need to eat for? So, we've got yet another split opinion. This is proving tricky. So, hey, I literally couldn't care less about music or decorations or food, and I actually agree with Scully's overall stance. But, one thing he said stuck out to me. Yeah, it was kinda hard to miss. Graves, what would you do about the ghosts? Simple. We can use our magic to wipe out any malicious ghosts personally. Wow. Everyone from Night Raven College is like, excuse me, wiping out ghosts? Why would we do that? We get along with the ghosts. They cook us dinner. You're suggesting we wipe out the ghosts visiting our world for Halloween? Well, yes. Why do you all have such dour looks on your faces? Because that's your ancestors coming back to visit, Scully. And you're proposing shooting them. Was it perhaps something I said? Unbelievable. The whole point of Halloween is that it's a day for the ghosts. Incredible. Uncivil doesn't even begin to describe it. What? Uncivil? Yes, ghosts are the guests of honor on Halloween, and you would obliterate them by force rather than show hospitality. That would be utterly devoid of class. Are you calling me classless? I take umbrage at that remark. Good ghosts are one thing, but ghosts who engage in naught but ill conduct spoil Halloween. Ghosts who disrupt Halloween for their own amusement are clearly evil, It's only right to punish reprobates. Oh, you also have an interesting definition of evil ghosts. Got it. Pretty sure you're the only guy here who sees it that way. What? All you've presented so far are pedantic notions of what Halloween should be like. Don't you have any ideas for making Halloween actually enjoyable? No, not at all. The purpose of Halloween isn't to have fun. Okay, Scully. What is the purpose of Halloween in your view? If it's not to have fun, and it's not to welcome ghosts into your home, what is it? To inspire bone-chilling terror. It's a time for us to reflect upon our actions and atone. That's the true spirit of Halloween. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Skellington? Good question. Which side are you on? Who? Me? I like the sound of everything you've all proposed. It's fitting for Halloween to have lots of different interpretations. That said, I'd like to do something different from previous years this time around. Using music to enhance the horror is a great idea. We've never done that before. And using lots of different colours is also novel. Usually we just stick to the same standard palette. Plus, I'd love to try making sweets. You've got to share some new recipes with us. So I think this year we should make plans for a bright, festive, lavish Halloween. What? That settles it then. At least Jack's a flexible sort. The outcome was never in question. But, Mr. Skellington, how could you say that? Was I mistaken? That can't be right. Something the matter, Scully? No. It's nothing. If that's your decision, Mr. Skellington, then I shall abide. That's the most sensible thing to do, right? After all, Mr. Skellington must have some grand idea in mind. Scully, are you going to get in the way? Are you going to interfere? Hear that, everyone? This year's Halloween is going to be something new. Let's make it a good one. Welcome aboard, you twisted fellas. What have we signed up for? Well, nothing to it but to show them the best Halloween we can. Is everyone ready? Yes, it would hardly do to ignore them calling us twisted fellas. We must illustrate to them that our Halloween is clearly the best one. There's much to do. You monsters had better not slow Malleus down, or you'll be sorry. All right, everyone. You've got a very special job to do. Way ahead of you. Let's split up and start preparing the plans. What? Look, how much much time are you going to waste on a few sheets of paper? This handwriting is abysmal. Are these even letters at all? Grim, if you're having that much trouble holding the quill, I could tie it to your paw. What is this word? I've never come across it. It's just a misspelling, and you're making another right now, Grim. The pages are all splattered with ink. I've never seen such messy handwriting before. Aw, poor Grim. Poor Grim. Hey, Grim, if it makes you feel any better, one of my primary school teachers once said that my handwriting was like a spider had crawled across the page. So you're probably not that much worse than me. Grim, you really should stop writing things by hand and learn to type ASAP. Don't be so hard on him, guys. Grim's really trying his best. How do you function in class? He doesn't, Jamal. I didn't know it was possible to take this long writing one page. I'm actually impressed.
Oh, shut up! Ollie, you pipe down, you're distracting me. You guys are the ones who dumped all the plan writing on the freshmen.
Now, this freshman's got a fresh attitude. No kidding. Clearly Ramshackle's lacking in proper guidance from upperclassmen. Well, I mean, we don't have any, Jamal. I do not got that covered. Pointers, please. You simply can't have Halloween without drawing up plans first. I completely agree, Mayor. Kalla and Grimm's sore lack of guidance is likely due to the fact they are the only living residents of Ramshackle. But I can't help but wonder about their fellow freshmen, Sebek and Eppo. What's their excuse? Yes, indeed. I'd be curious to see their upperclassmen's expressions. We let Grim do the work since we Rochambeaued for it and he lost. I can feel someone glaring daggers at me. If we don't do something fast, Bill's gonna bite my head off. I absolutely must not allow shame to befall Malleus. Grim, give me the quill.
Wow, you're right, Bonnie? Wait.
Thanks, Sebek. You think you'll get away with merely spectating? I expect you to assist me, Kalla. Get me a fresh ink bottle. What am I, your gopher? For the title, I think I'll go with Halloween Town's Best Halloween Ever. It's got an outline, a background overview, a section covering methodology. Sebek's plans are really easy to read. No bussing us around or we'll tell Malleus. I mean, Malleus is right there. I don't think we need to tell him anything. Have we done schematics for a jack-o'-lantern here? That is a pretty thorough schematic, Sebek. I mean, I'll take it. What do we got? A standard bat. Cat. And I think the word in between the arrows pointing to the ears is ears, but I also think it's missing the letter A. Agreed. It's hard to believe a freshman wrote something so comprehensive. Epel, you're in the same year as him. I expect you to at least meet that baseline. You make it sound so simple. Don't let Sebek's behavior fool you. He's got really good grades. Especially in written exams. He's closer to the top of the freshman class than the bottom. Really? He certainly had me fooled. You see, the thing is, Bill, that Sebek's got this thing called I mustn't let Malleus down, which makes him work real hard. In what way did my behavior fool you? A retainer of the great Malleus can hardly put on a poor showing, of course. Martial studies and magic go without saying, but I'm also unstinting in my academic endeavours. My liege deserves nothing less. Yes, you always do strive hard. I'm quite proud of you. Such generous praise. Hey, one of you bring me more paper. Someone just got a nigh infinite ego boost. Look at him letting one lousy document go to his head.
Yeah, not to mention he couldn't have written it without me getting it started for him.
Hey, guys, take a look at Scully. He was drawing up plans of his own before this, wasn't he? Yeah, he seems kind of forlorn over there. He did seem rather eager while writing it up earlier. Perhaps he's unhappy about having his work rejected? That's hardly reasonable. His plans just weren't a good fit for this year's concept. It wasn't poorly made. I see no point in taking the matter personally. He can simply draw up some new plans to propose. He was still looking forward to it a lot, though. I can see how he'd feel disappointed. We'll be working together to prep for Halloween, so we should play nice and try to soften the blow of rejection. Scully, could I see your plans? You went to the trouble of making it, so I'd like to integrate some things from it into Sebek's. You're a kindly soul, but no, you needn't concern yourself on my account. My plans are no longer necessary. Please, put them out of your mind. If you say so. Perfect. I was just running out of paper. If you don't need yours anymore, I could use the backs to write on. Really, Sebek? You're gonna rub it in on... Oh, unmannerly! You people ever heard of humility or tact? No, these are Night Raven College students, Jamil. Tact is not a skill. Especially not for Sebek. There, done. Jack, I've finished our plans. Splendid! Let's use that as our guidelines and get started on the preparations. Our three main areas of focus are music, decorations, and food. We'll need to split up the work. The Halloween Town folks will handle supervision. For music, Mayor, would you be able to coordinate that? You know everyone in town. I can think of no one better than to reach out to our local performers. Certainly, Jack. Consider it done. For food, Excuse me, I'd like to help too, Jack. Oh, Sally, I didn't see you there. I just arrived. I want to do my part. I do a lot of cooking, so I can handle the food.
Didn't the pale bald guy tell you to go home? Are you sure you should be out here?
You know, I was just wondering about Dr. Finkelstein. Where is he? He's nothing. Yes, he ate a big meal and got so nice and full that he went to take a nap. Dr. Finkelstein's knowledge could be a big help. I think I'll ask him to oversee decorations. Oh, that's a lovely idea. Other than that, we'll need someone to go around and check up on things. I'll take charge of that part. With that settled, could you Twisted Wonderland folks split up into 4 teams for us? Well, given the various teams, I guess me and Grim are with Jack. Trey's definitely on cooking. With Jamil, probably. Well, let's see.
Sure.
We also have an odd number. Right? If I remember rightly. "30 minutes later. Well, I guess I could have organised as better then, I guess. Have you worked it out? Mr. Skellington, I can't apologise enough. I've told them again and again that the exact team assignments are largely immaterial. Unfortunately, I refuse to be on any team except for Malleus's. As long as I'm with him, I care not what team we're on. So just pick something already. Stop wasting Malleus's time. Then allow me to join you both. No! Oh? Didn't you just say you didn't care what team you were on? I don't want to team up with a shady character like you. Jamil, you and I should work together to make this Halloween a success. Oh yeah, we've got Azel and Jade as well. They're also kind of useful for the food side of things. What? Absolutely not. You're the last person I'd ever want to group up with. Hey, I'd like to go solo. Actually, I'd rather spectate if it's all the same. You guys can do all the actual work. How can you be so utterly uncooperative? The House Warden should serve as a shining example to other students.
I want to be on the food team. Period.
No, Grim, that is the absolute worst possible place for you to go. I think, Grim, that given how these events usually go, we need to be on the team that's coordinating everything. I'm not sure who's the best at music here, though. That's the problem. We know Malleus can sing. From Glomas. I feel like Sebek can also do music, so I feel like they should be on music. Vil should definitely be on decoration. So let's put Epel there as well. I think Riddle would also work well in decoration as well, I think. I don't know. Oh, that sounds fun. I'll join you.
Sure, you're cool with that, right, Kalla? Hey, Trey, you should join the food team too and bake up a bunch of tasty treats.
Can any of you cook?
No, but we sure can eat.
Yep. Grim and Epel want to be on the eating team, which is why they need to be on not the cooking team. That doesn't bode well for teamwork. No offense, but I'm going to have to pass. Stop bickering and just pick something already. I'd like to put Leona on the music team as well, I think. Oh, does that mean you're willing to team up with anyone yourself? Sure. I'll team up with any poor little herbivore that doesn't have a house warden, vice house warden, or fellow students to help him. I'm solicitous like that. I see. Wait, no one here fits that description. This isn't helping. Can't please everybody. What a raucous din. Can such individuals really organize the best Halloween ever? Everyone! Mr. Skellington is standing right there. I suggest you... knock it off! Look, you made the mayor of Halloween Town angry. How could you do that? Hello, Heike. How you doing? Knock it off! Yeah. Yeah, they're really bad at behaving and teamwork. Who cares who goes on what team? If you can't stop arguing, draw lots and get it over with already.
Oh, who's the scary looking guy?
The mayor, of course. Can't you tell? As if it's so obvious, he looks completely different from before. I mean, it's only his face that's different, Sebek. He's still the same shape and the same clothes. Here, I even made the lots for you. Jack, draw. All right then. And it's decided. The food team will be Sebek, Trey, Jade, and Epel. Okay, that's actually a reasonable team. At the very least, I believe that 2 of those people can cook. Although you may end up with a lot of mushrooms. The music team will be Jamil, Riddle, and Azul. Can those people... Well, Azul can do music. I'm pretty sure Riddle can do music. Jamil, can you do music? Probably, right? What? The decorations team will be Leona, Vil, Idia, and Malleus. Yeah, that's a reasonable team for that too. At the very least, it's got Vil on it. Are you kidding me? Leona's like, why would you put me on a team with Vil and Malleus? What are you trying to do to me? And the supervisation team will be myself, Scully, Kalla, and Grim. Which is in fact exactly what I expected the supervision team to be. Huzzah! Oh, happy day! I get to work alongside Mr. Skellington. Some kind of providence must surely be at play. Yeah, you see, the thing is, Scully, that I always get given the job of going and looking around what everyone's doing. And so does Grim. And you're a guest, so you have to come with us too. And I knew it. We're truly fated to work together.
We're stuck with Scully? That's gonna be a hassle and a half. But hey, nothing for it. Guess we'll have to keep an eye on folks together.
We've got this. We have so much experience doing things like this. Oh, yes. I promise you wonderful people a most delightful time. I greatly look forward to working with you both, Kalla, Grim. Oh, we're getting kisses again.
Knock it off with the smooching.
But Grim, you're so fluffy and soft and smoochable. Kissing little cats on their little heads is fun, right?
You too? Stop with the licking.
Get out of here with this. Scully's the only guy happy with this arrangement. Who wants to work with these pains in the tail? Where did Scully kiss Grim? I don't know. I'm going to assume on his fluffy little forehead. Although he has mostly been kissing people on the hand, so maybe it's his paw. But given how much lower down to the floor Grim is, I'd kiss Grim on his little head. I could say literally the same thing about you. I can't believe I've landed on the same team as Azul. And worse, Riddle. How am I worse? I'd consider myself a dependable teammate. I can't believe I'm not on Malleus's team. I object to these divisions. Goodness me. I doubt anything we do at this point will stop their complaining. They're certainly opinionated. Come on, boys, let's not be selfish. Can you try to stick it out with your current teams, at least until tonight? Being patronized is so vexing. Then don't be someone who people need to patronize. Sally's being so mature, it's making me feel utterly ashamed of myself. Yeah, you should be, Jamel.
Fine. One night. Then we're changing the teams up tomorrow.
All right. Sounds like we've got a consensus. Let's get to work. Scully, Kalla, Grim, welcome aboard. I'll do the best I can. Come now, relax. We're all working towards the same goal, to make the best Halloween ever. Ah, and now we're splitting this into teams, huh? All right, let's get down to some Halloween prep, shall we? I know, Zero. I feel like breaking out into a run full speed ahead myself. I'm so excited about the fantastic Halloween we're about to have. I barely know what to do with all this energy.
Scary when he clacks his jaw like that.
I think it's a sign of how happy he is.
Does he rattle when he's happy?
Oh, sorry about that. I just can't help being excited when it comes to Halloween. Especially when the year I spent agonizing over it is finally about to pay off. Nothing makes me happier than to see you so pleased, Mr. Skellington.
You don't literally spend all year thinking about nothing but Halloween, do you? You gotta spend at least a little time playing or thinking about other stuff, right?
Certainly not. We only have 364 days a year to prepare for Halloween. It's more than enough to keep us preoccupied. And I've certainly put in plenty of work making arrangements for the holiday this year, but something just wasn't quite right. These 3 days will bring it all together, though. This Halloween's going to be great.
What a weird...
You really love Halloween, huh? You bet I do. This'll be an unforgettable one for everyone, you lot included. I very much look forward to it. Ah, I think I see the mayor over there with some of your friends. Let's go say hi. Hi, Mayor. How are things going on your end? Ah, Jack. Everything's going swimmingly. Hello, Jack. I see you and your group are making the rounds.
Hey, Jamal. What are you guys talking about?
We were discussing Twisted Wonderland's music. A rather shocking conversation. Your tunes and ours have quite a different feel to them. A different feel? What manner of music do you gentlemen enjoy? I believe you like up-tempo music, Jamel? I suppose I do, yes. I tend to listen to catchy songs that are great for dancing. Waltzes and tangos, I'm guessing. No, Scully. You do carry yourself ever so gracefully, Jamel. I'd enjoy dancing a number with you sometime. Wait, waltzes? No, nothing like that. Jamil prefers louder and more convoluted songs. Do you have to describe them that way? Don't you mostly stick to trendy music yourself? I'll have you know I listen to a broad range of genres. That said, the Mostro Lounge does tend to play mainly jazz music. So perhaps jazz is what I personally listen to the most. I'm not surprised you'd pick such a non-committal response. What about you, Riddle? I listen to a lot of classical music. Yeah, Scully, if you want to waltz with someone, Riddle's your best bet, really. Once again, no surprises there. I too am an enjoyer of classical music. Can you feel the hand of fate at work, Riddle? If I felt the hand of fate at work every time my tastes happened to overlap with someone else's, there'd be no end of it. Kalla, Grim, what kind of music do you like? How about both? Catchy upbeat music, let's go with. Another catchy music appreciator I see. Do you dance like Jamil? No, I don't have the coordination for that, Jack. Jack, for the record, that hopeful look on your face won't get us to do a dance number together.
I'll take any music as long as it's fun.
And you, Scully? Let's hear what you like. Of course. I hold a particular fondness for opera music. Sometimes I dabble in it myself. Oh, opera! That's right in my wheelhouse. Huh? Really? Is that a fact? I am beyond honoured to learn that I have something in common with a man whom I hold in such high esteem. Likewise, wanna sing a duet? What? A duet? With Mrs. Skellington?
Jeez, Scully, why you gotta be so loud?
I was so delighted I forgot myself. Are you certain, Mr. Skellington? You would sing opera music with me? Absolutely. I'm sure you'd be happy with it too. It's not my strongest suit, but I'd say it's pretty high up there. I can even sing opera headless. Oh, Jack's opera singing is the finest in all of Halloween Town. It never fails to frighten. Jack's disembodied head is singing. I've just witnessed a staggering spectacle. How can such a beautiful voice come from a head detached from its body? It's incredible. I mean, how can it come from a body that doesn't have lungs, Riddle? I mean, there wasn't an awful lot of difference between the head being attached to the body and not. He somewhat lacks in lungs and vocal cords as a skeleton. So...
I'm gonna be seeing Jack's disembodied head in my dreams tonight.
Don't we always share a bed? Jack, could you please not come toward us with your head in your hands?
Hey, Asshole, Riddle, aren't you guys house wardens? Do something!
I'm not sure we can. I know all about removing heads, but I don't know how to put them back on. It's not every day I get to see Riddle and Azel both looking so panicked. Mr. Skellington's so good at frightening everyone. What a marvellous man he is. Seeing him pour himself so wholeheartedly into Halloween efforts, he's every bit how I imagined he would be. Yet, why was he so unhappy with the idea of having a typical Halloween? My idol. Scully, you okay there? What? You looked a little off, unless I'm just reading too much into things. You're a quite considerate individual, Jamil. Thank you for your solicitude, kindly sir, but worry not on my account. Well, if you say so. Next team, then. Leona team.
Why? Why must I help you people?
Look, I'm not happy about this grouping either. I'm playing nice here, so quit with the whining.
Whining? The cheek on you! I'll have you know I'm a doctor, and a genius one at that.
That's pretty cool, but, what kind of doctor are you?
I'm an expert in a great many fields. My speciality, however, is science. I'm the most brilliant mind in town. Even Jack himself comes to me for help when he needs it.
Then, if I might ask you a question, Doctor, how do people decorate for Halloween here?
That's obvious enough. Jack-o'-lanterns, spiderwebs, bat wings. We decorate with all the most delightful scary things. It's positively repulsive. Sally tells me you boys are from an altogether different world than ours. How do you spend Halloween there?
We attend a school where the dorms each do their own decorations and compete with each other. Last year, my dorm Diasomnia had the most frightening decorations.
What?
Oof. Yeah. Excuse me, your dorm's setup was just gloomy and dank. Ignihide used cutting-edge tech to deliver a virtual Halloween with gimmicks leagues beyond anyone else's. Oh yes, it was so high-tech it left visitors confused and bewildered. Confiore had the most beautiful Halloween, of course. Do you guys even have eyes? Savannah Claw clearly had the most impact, and the biggest visitor appeal.
What?
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, fight, fight, fight! I mean, don't, you guys, because that's going to... You'll blow the town hall up if you do that. Impact, you say? Savannah Claw's students were certainly impactful. So much so they made children cry. Dude, seriously, greeting people with a whole lineup of freaky faces is beyond scary. Lol, if you think that was well received. Yeah, well, at least our guys weren't so afraid of us. They couldn't even get the words trick or treat out. in the visitor feedback forms they collected after last year's Halloween wrapped up. There were tons of comments about how the Ignihide students mumbled so much, no one could tell what they were saying. It's really messed up to call out a nerd's biggest weakness right to their face. And in terms of incomprehensibility, Pomfiore is the reigning champion with its bizarro poetry. That's the Pomfiore touch, I guess. That's a rather bold statement. Care to say that again, without muttering this time?
Can't you people be civil with each other?
My apologies, Finkelstein. I'm sure they're all so excited for Halloween, they simply have more energy than they know what to do with. Malleus is just like, oh, these excitable children. Consider it a bit of childish banter. Hey, where do you get off? It's Rich getting called childish by the lizard who needs babysitters constantly minding him, even on Halloween. King's Scholar, I believe you are the one lacking eyes. You could compete with Skellington in that regard.
Now see here, I told you to be civil.
Those two wouldn't know civility if it smacked him upside the head. They've always been like oil and water. You can just ignore them.
I can't have that. Let's see, where did I put it? Ah, here we are.
I was wondering what you were looking for. Is that a trophy?
That's right. This is a prize bestowed only upon those who play a critical role in Halloween. We all strive to add excitement to Halloween so that we have a shot of getting one of these. I can appreciate a drive to compete for first place, but you must never let your pride undermine your work.
Dude, are we actually getting lectured? Justifiably by a monster with his brain exposed to open air?
I'm sure more trophies will be given out to the ones who make the most exceptional contributions this year. I highly look forward to seeing who gets them. You boys ought to keep your eyes on the prize instead of fighting among yourselves.
It's already a safe bet that gloomy lizard isn't gonna get one. Is it, though? I'd expect more approbations than someone utterly lacking in manners.
Ah, the most cold-blooded prank of the year award is always highly anticipated. And what about the frightening and honourable mentions? I just can't wait to find out.
The most cold-blooded prank of the year? What a lame name. Who named these awards? And what's a frightening and honourable mention? You know what, Malleus? You can have the trophies. Oh, by no means, King Scholar. You would be far more fit to receive them. Actually, we can let Radish Sprout have them. He deserves a moment in the spotlight for a change. A most excellent idea. Shroud, consider the prize is yours. Me? Nope. I'm good. If anyone should get a trophy here, it's Vel. Please. If I won such a prize, it would be a blemish on my record.
You brats really have no manners whatsoever.
No, they really don't, Dr. Finkelstein. They really don't. Alright, let's get to work preparing the food for Halloween. Oh, I'm surprised. I figured you'd be griping non-stop about being separated from Malleus. Don't be ridiculous. Malleus is making preparations for Halloween even as we speak, so I can hardly spend my time sulking. My, I never realized you were so cognizant of what you were doing. At least you're motivated. That'll help our prep work go more smoothly. Sally, what kinds of food do people typically make in Halloween Town? What kinds? Oh, you know, normal things. It's embarrassing how nondescript they are, really. I was just doing some cooking before coming to the town hall. Oh, would you like to have a look around my kitchen? That would be quite helpful. By all means. Halloween Town, Dr. Finkelstein's lab. We're here. This is where I do most of the cooking for the doctor. I can see the jar of deadly nightshade from here. The cabinet there has some of the ingredients I use the most. Here, have a look inside. There are so many bottles. Let's see, this one is labelled Wormswort. Wait, Wormswort? Hey, why does this have such a disgusting name? Did you say worms? Those clearly aren't food. Oh, you two weren't aware? It's a high-end reagent that's also edible. This is covered in potionology class. Huh? It is? I never knew. I've read the textbook cover to cover, but I suppose I still have much to learn. What's this bottle farther back? A frog just leaped out. Oh no, you're gonna go have to chase that down, Sebek, and they're fast little blighters. One tried to get into my house last night. Actually succeeded in getting into my house. Fast little creatures. Ah, that's frog's breath. It works wonders for covering up odours. You use frog's breath to cover up odours? Yeah, that stinks. The frog's burp is giving off a powerful stench. I've heard of fighting fire with fire, but this is ridiculous. You're not familiar with this either. Frog's breath is a highly versatile reagent in alchemy. Is Jade pulling our legs? Is Jade just going with this? Is it? Yet another thing I never knew. Clearly, I'm nowhere near sufficiently versed in such things. This is rather embarrassing. Sebek. He's pulling your leg. Hey, I realised that faster than Sebek did. And I don't even take potionology class. Huh? I've never heard of Wormswort's Horfrog's breath. The science clubs never used them. There's absolutely no way these things are used for food in our world. Come on, Jade. You know these freshmen are gullible. Don't tease them. Oh, is all of that true? My apologies. I must have been mistaken. I've been had. Jade had the same look on his face he always does, so I totally believed him. Well, now you've learned a thing about Jade. He's not to be trusted. How can someone lie so placidly? I can't trust him for a second. Still, all of these reagents / ingredients, I'm having a hard time picturing how you'd make use of them. Really? I thought they were pantry staples. What kind of food do you make in Twisted Wonderland? I'm curious. Oh, you know. I asked you the same thing earlier, but now I can see how that would be hard to answer. Our staples differ by region. They can include bread, noodles, rice, and potatoes. Some places, like the Coral Sea, have no staples at all. We also typically eat legumes, vegetables, fruits, meat, fish, eggs, and a variety of dairy products. What a pithy yet intuitive overview. That encapsulates it nicely. Dairy products? Things like butter and cheese, made from cow's milk. We use a lot of those for making sweets. Yeah, last time I went to hang out at Hearth Level, there was this incredible buttery smell permeating the dorm. Deuce and Haste bragged that it was because Trey was baking a tasty dessert. Yes, they've rubbed that in my face as well. I suppose mocking others is the only time those two band together. They were making a show of eating berry muffins during a break between classes. Oh boy, I feel like I should apologize on their behalf. Trey, the best thing you can do would be making incredible sweets for Halloween. Then we can brag to them when we get back. Now there's a good idea. Those ill-mannered louts would undoubtedly gnash their teeth when they hear we've had treats they've never seen before. I'd certainly love to try desserts prepared by you as well. Well, we're in Halloween Town now. Wouldn't it be better to cook things you can only find here? Do you actually intend to use this wormswort and frog's breath? I respectfully object. We'd clearly be better off making some typical fare with lots of sugar, flour, milk, and so on. Yeah, but Sebek, the problem with that is that we need to be able to obtain those ingredients. Do they even have those ingredients here in Halloween Town? Cow's milk? Taking a poor cow's milk doesn't seem very nice to me. Huh? As much as I'd like to make Jackson Twisted Wonderland cuisine, I couldn't possibly feed him something so uncivilized. Your home sounds like a very frightening place. Uncivilized? Us? We just got called uncivilized by someone who forces frogs to burp. What an unexpected thing to be judged on. Halloween Town is wonderfully full of surprises. I can't say this feels all that great. Sally's just like, you do what to cows? Hello, hello, my fine twisted friends! How go the Halloween preparations? Are you making any progress? It's already getting dark. How time flies when you're absolutely bewildered by somewhere new. Indeed, the difference between this place and Twisted Wonderland is staggeringly vast. What about you, my liege? Did you have to suffer any displeasure? All I remember is a lot of arguing. Shouldn't the all-house warden team be setting an example, not coming in dead last? Being all house wardens was the whole problem.
Sounds like none of the teams have anything prepped. Are we going to be able to pull this together after all?
Yeah, I'm worried about these lads. I couldn't have said it better myself. Personally, I'd be perfectly happy with a typical Halloween rather than trying to shoehorn in an element of novelty. I believe a traditional, quiet, lonely, frightening Halloween would be perfectly respectable in its own right. No, 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 that won't do at all. Going through the same old motions every year is just empty. Empty? Yes, that's why we're all working together, to make a Halloween like no one's ever seen before. If that's how you see it, Mr. Skellington. Hey, there's something we should ask before doing more prep work. What? You look all unusually serious. Where are we sleeping tonight? Oh, I hadn't considered that. There's no way all of you would fit in my place, I'm afraid. Oh, I know! There should be plenty of open graves in the graveyard. Sir Jack, I would very much prefer a roof over our heads if it's not too much to ask. In that case, we could ask around and see if any townsfolk have open spots under their beds. Like, literally underneath their beds? Not just a lower bunk? Could we use your town hall? It should have room to fit all of us. True, but I couldn't possibly ask esteemed guests to sleep there. No, please, don't mind us. We'll take the town hall if that's an option. You're sure? Okay, I'll ask the vampires to bring over some coffins for you. There's nothing more comfortable to sleep in. Oh boy, I can picture my dreams already. I've asked Sally to whip you up some dinner. You're in for a treat. She's a fantastic cook. Dinner, huh? So you do have a considerate bone in your body. Yeah. The reaction of the food team.
Oh, bring on the food. I'm starving.
Grim will be fine. Grim can eat anything. Likewise, I was just feeling a bit peckish. In that case, you can have my portion, Hazel. And you can have mine, Bill. Something about this is rather suspect. Exactly what kinds of ingredients does she use in her meals? I suggest you don't ask. The question is, will it be edible? And not kill our boys. And we're not going to find out because it's morning. Darn it. Time to get up. Roll call. 1. Too loud. Too loud, Sebek. Keep it down. I was finally getting to sleep. Sebek, no one asks you to start a roll call. Sebek, your shouting jolted me awake. I'd barely gotten any sleep. World's worst alarm clock. I mean, it depends what you want your alarm clock to do. Because if you want your alarm clock to make sure you are absolutely awake very, very fast, then Sebek is probably a good one. I can relate. The seats were so hard, I kept waking up during the night. It feels like I haven't slept a wink. Likewise. I suppose it was too much to expect these arrangements would be as comfortable as our beds at school. The coffins are super cramped. Not to mention they feel like they had previous occupants. Kinda useless for us. We should probably find somewhere to borrow proper bedding for tonight. Oh, Sebek, you're already dressed and groomed. What time did you get up? Before sunrise. I can hardly greet Malleus in the morning looking like a mess. I'm impressed you were able to wake up so punctually without an alarm clock. Don't hold me to feeble human standards. I've undergone harsh training to ensure I can function as normal, no matter how adverse the conditions are. Really, anything with a roof should more than suffice. You're all spoiled if you can't sleep in a shelter like this. Oh joy! Sebek's the only one who's got a decent night's sleep. Is it morning already? Good morning, my liege! Good morning. Malleus was sleeping soundly one moment, then the next he opened his eyes and sat straight up. Okay, Malleus has also had a decent night's sleep, I guess. That was so graceful you'd hardly believe he was simply waking up. Good morning, everyone. You seem awake and alert as well, Jade. I'm impressed you could sleep on these hard benches. He sleeps up mountains sometimes, Riddle. I'm sure he's fine. Such humbling praise. I'm rather used to sleeping outdoors in tents. It's absurd how thick-skinned you are. I don't think this place counts as outdoors. Well, one of us certainly didn't have any trouble getting to sleep. And of course Leona. Okay, so about half of our crew got decent amounts of sleep. Leona can nap anywhere, so... Leona was complaining more than anyone about the hard bedding and mouldy smell, but now he's sleeping like a log. Exactly how long are you going to sleep? Everyone else is up.
Hey, I don't see Scully around nowhere.
Oh, he went out to watch the sunrise. He should be back shortly. Oh, so he's also an early bird. He was already up when I awoke, actually. He's quite the early riser. You could learn a thing or two from him, Grim. I mean, is he an early riser, or does he just not sleep?
Shut up. Kalla's an even bigger sleepyhead than me.
Well, I cannot say that's untrue. Lies and slander. No, the accusation fits. Look, I'm doing my best here. Good morning, all you lovely people. The sight of the sun rising over the quiet town and illuminating everything in sight was sublime, positively gorgeous. This marks the beginning of what's bound to be a bright and beautiful day. You're rather spirited this morning. Did you get good sleep last night? Perhaps and perhaps not. The night was far too long to spend sleeping. I don't believe you actually slept, Scully. Yeah, I'm sure we'll find out exactly what's up with Scully later, but I'm not entirely convinced he's human right now. Sheesh. Why's everyone gotta be so loud this early in the morning? Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all ready for another big day of Halloween prep. Let's split into our groups and... Wait! Yeah, they wanted to change groups this morning, which isn't very conducive to progress. Don't play dumb with us. The deal was that we'd change up the groups today. Oh, yes, so it was. It completely slipped my mind. Please treat this with some gravity. This is a matter of life and death for us. Don't worry, there's no need to panic. I've got the lots all ready to draw. We're drawing lots again. If we left the matter for you, gentlemen, to decide, we'd be here all day. Come now, these lots won't draw themselves. Alright. Is the teams any better this time? Alright, I'm ready to get to work with my group. Epel, Jade, and Leona and Riddle, right? We'll have such a wonderful time. Oh no, you lost Trey out of the cooking group. That's not good. You said it. Let's see here. I'm with Idia, is it? And Azul, and what luck, Kalla and Grim again. Again? We weren't with you, Ma. We were with Jack. I just hope this group's better than the one I got stuck with yesterday. Hey, you there. What were your names again? Oh, yes. Malleus, Vil, and you're Jamil and Trey, if I'm not mistaken. That team might actually get along. The ones working with me will be Sebek and Scully, it looks like. Ah, Scully gets to stick with Jack. It's going to be weird not being on the team that wanders around and looks at the other teams. Looks like you're with me again today, Scully. Welcome aboard. Excellent. There's nothing excellent about it. I've been separated from Malleus yet again. Why must I go around with a skeleton and a human? Sebek, I'm not convinced that boy is human. Perhaps it's the hand of fate at work. Come, Sebek. Together we shall enjoy a truly delightful time. You must be The man's like, you better get along. The mayor is glaring directly at me. Am I the only one who takes issue with these team assignments? It's not perfect, but I'll take this over what we got yesterday. Agreed. I still expect a fair degree of tedium, but this lineup is an improvement. Ah, fine. I say we convene again at noon. Next time I shall make certain to work with Malleus. We're gonna change teams every half a day. That's so much work, Sebek. What's wrong, Scully? Didn't get much sleep? No, far from it. Dear me, how could I commit a faux pas as uncouth as a yawn? I do beg your pardon. Wait, I thought it was unusual how early you were up. Was it simply that you couldn't sleep? Much to my chagrin, yes. I was doing a bit of thinking, actually. Specifically, I was pondering what Halloween is. Oh, have you reconsidered your prior notions? Sebek is not known for being a logical person. No, Sebek is very much driven by emotion, and that emotion is Malleus is the best! That is the thought behind Sebek's eyes. Your idea of Halloween did seem dreadfully dull. Dull? Is tradition truly such a bad thing? Is it empty to respect and uphold olden ways? You look so serious all of a sudden. Was it that hard of a blow having your philosophies rejected by others? I wouldn't say that. It's more that I'm scared by the thought that what I've spent my whole life believing differs from reality. Yeah, love Malleus as well. Yes, you're right. Love Malleus. Malleus is the best. Two thoughts. Two thoughts in that brain. A silly thing to trouble yourself over. What's there to fret about? The problem and solution both rest solely with you. What? Respect for tradition and belief in ideals are both sentiments that come from within. If you've begun to have doubts, then the problem is simply that you lack the strength to adhere to said ideals. You said you're scared. That's good. Basic fear is something anyone can eventually overcome. You have but to improve yourself. Everything rests with you. Your doubts are something you can resolve via your own thoughts and actions. Wow. Getting philosophical there, Sebek. I'm amazed, Sebek. Your words are like a moonbeam shining down upon a dark road at night. I never took you for someone so sagacious. Me neither, Scully. Me neither. It took you this long to notice. Oh, I knew from the start you were someone wonderful, but now I'm struck with awe in you. The strength to adhere to my ideals. Yes, yes. You've hit the figurative nail upon the head. How could I ever have been in doubt? Surely Mr. Skellington has some grand idea in mind, wouldn't you agree? No, I know nothing of what goes on in that skull of his. Talking about anything interesting? Why, yes. As a matter of fact, we were just talking about what a wonderful individual you are, Mr. Skellington. No, we weren't. It goes without saying that the Master of Fright has done much to spread the word of Halloween far and wide. But I also hold your proper and gentlemanly demeanour in the highest esteem. Gentlemanly? Me? Wow, it is embarrassing hearing someone say it outright. It's nothing noteworthy, really. Such modesty. I've heard much about how courteous and graceful you are. You're the very reason I strive to be a gentleman at all times. And meeting you in person has only solidified my resolve in that regard. You agree, don't you, Zero? I will grant you that Jack comports himself with a certain refinement. Almost as much as Malleus. I beg your pardon? Oh no! Oh no! We're going to have the person I look up to is better than the person you look up to fight, aren't we? I cannot let that claim go unchallenged. I beg to differ in the strongest possible. Cat? Cat fight! was that? It sounded like a cat screeching after having its tail stepped on. Oh, that's our emergency alarm. Your emergency alarm? That anguished caterwauling? No, critiquing how it sounds is far from pressing at the moment. What could have happened to trigger it? There's an easy way to find out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I thought I just heard fireworks from outside. But maybe not. Oh, what's the matter, everyone? There, see? Sounding that alarm is bringing people here in a panic. Hydia, Azul, and Kalla and Grim? Did you trigger the emergency alarm? Not at all. I can tell you who did, though. Jack! It's 3 infernal kids. Oh no, it's lock, shock and barrel time, is it? Ah, Mare, what's the trouble? You have to help me. We're making no progress with our Halloween preparations at all. Might I ask what's happening here? We learned last night that Halloween Town employs some distinctive music for Halloween. So we were about to ask the local musicians for their input. And then Grim started throwing a tantrum about how he'd rather be on the food team than the music team. And we talked in circles for so long that the mayor started panicking.
Don't blame this on me. Triangle Head was the one who started freaking out on his own.
Only because I knew this roster was never going to work out. This year's Halloween is doomed. Doomed, I say. This roster. Gracious me, you must have held us in low regard behind that smile of yours. This dude takes the phrase two-faced to the next level. Reminds me of someone. I trust that sidelong snipe wasn't aimed at me, was it, Hydia? No! Stop fighting! Talking in circles, indeed. Kalla, how could you let this happen on your watch? You're holding me responsible for this, Sevek. Me, the person who doesn't have any magic. And you want me to keep these guys in line. I mean, I feel I could probably bully Hydia into stuff. But Azul? I tried. You're very diligent, aren't you, Kalla? Well, I applaud your earnestness. Rest assured that you hardly deserve for blame to be laid at your feet. Oh yeah, I am aware of this. Are you indirectly criticizing me? Yes, Sebek. Excuse me, Sebek. Out of the group here, who should be the responsible one? Because it's not me. It's House Warden Azul over there. He's a House Warden. I would say House Warden Hydia, but I don't think we can trust him to do that. I know how diligent Kalla is. What I'm asking is how this happened in spite of that nature. Was that an indirect compliment from Sebek? I think that was a compliment. I don't know how to feel about that one. I mean, also the fact that he's using my name is also pretty good. He's not just calling me human. And for the record, Grim, this is absolutely all your fault. Now, if you think about it from another angle, this could work out in our favour. Now that the siren's gone off, the townspeople will come running, including all the musicians. You think so? Yes, I suppose that makes sense. You're exactly right, Jack. I'm so relieved.
You settle down. Man, doesn't he get dizzy switching so fast between moods?
Oh no, more strangers incoming. What kind of musicians are they anyway? They're the best performers in town. Performers? So they're like a band or something? Oh no, what if it's a group that's up there with Kata, Lilia and Kalla in the top extrovert rankings? Or even higher? Higher ranked extrovert than Kata? I'm literally allergic to people who are like, sup, bet you're gonna love our vibe, bro. If they call out for an audience response and I do the primo moves I desperately trained myself to master, it's patently obvious they'll roast me alive and be like, all like, yo, do you see the way that dude guy's popping off? What a nerd, Lamau. Sob. And they'll secretly take photos of me and post them online. That's the kind of people they are. Never trust a musician. This deep-seated anti-musician bias is truly something to behold. I'm sorry, did you just suggest that someone could pose serious competition for Lilia?
This guy's one-track mind ain't much better.
Hydia, don't you often talk about that music group you enjoy listening to? Can't you picture the musicians as them instead? What? Excuse me, could you please not lump Primo in with other mid-acts? They're special. I'll have you know that the Halloween Town musicians are special in their own right. They're exceptional performers. They spend most of their days livening up the whole town with the beautiful songs they play in the streets. Ha! So they're buskers. You don't see many of those in Briar Valley. Really? They're everywhere in the Coral Sea. The Coral Sea's got buskers? That's scary. Briar Valley sounds way better. Is it like a barren land that's all thorns and no cheery music and stuff?
What a rude man you are. We don't have buskers, but we have bards who roam the valley.
What's the difference, Sebek? Bards? For real? Like, a real-life kind, not a character class in games? How envious I am. Such figures hardly ever visit my hometown. Dude, are bards actually commonplace? Did I just have a weird upbringing? Briar Valley's traditional songs are all incredible works of art. On that note, have any of you heard the beautiful sounds of Melius playing stringed instruments? His melodies stir the heart. The timbre of his music is so perfect, it's easy to get absorbed in it and lose all track of time. Ah. Nothing could ever match the elegance of the music Melius plays. I wasn't expecting Sebek to start waxing poetic. Truly, I find him to be quite the wordsmith. Why, just before we came here, he dispelled my inner doubts with a voice that resounded to my very core. Well, I mean, that's accurate. A voice that resounds to your very core, that's definitely Sobek.
He's definitely a loudmouth.
I'm presently preoccupied with my training, but I've considered following Malleus's example and taking up an instrument of my own someday. It's a capital idea. I've been hoping to start playing the piano myself. Ah, the piano. I know a thing or two there. Truly? What a perfect fit for someone as elegant as yourself. I would love to avail myself of your instruction if at all possible. What about yourself, Vidya? I'm more of a digital kind of guy. Digital? I wouldn't open that can of that can of eels if I were you. Because it's can of eels, he's from the sea. He's not going to say can of worms, is he? And you, Kalla? Do you dabble in music? Didn't we talk about music already, Scully? And also, no. I am very much not musically inclined, Scully. Not really. I can relate. It's nice enough just listening to it. As for Halloween Town's music, I've no doubt it will be beautiful, heart-stirring melodies, not some raucous din. What manner of instruments and sounds are we about to be treated to? Good question. I'm sure we're about to find out soon. Is it twist tune time? No? I thought this set of stamp missions had twist tunes in it, so I'm assuming there's a twist tune coming. As for Halloween Town's music, I've no doubt it will be beautiful, heart-stirring melodies, not some raucous din. What manner of instruments and sounds are we about to be treated to? What was the siren for? Ah, here are our musicians now.
There ain't nothing beautiful about these guys.
Yep, that's the exact build-up to comedic letdown intro I was expecting. It's not what I was expecting, but they're intimidating in their own right, perfectly befitting of Halloween. Yeah, I do know about the main twist tune. What are those instruments? A fish accordion and a cello with a head inside? An accordion made from a fish? Oh no, is that offensive to merfolk? Alright, see you, Nick. Hope your headache gets better. How novel! I'd love to hear all about how it was made. He doesn't look remotely bothered to me. If anything, he seems delighted. I'm curious what they sound like. Interested in, instruments, Here, we'll put on a little demonstration. It's not bad.
That music's getting me real on edge.
Indeed, it's frightening, melancholic, and beautiful all at once. What a wonderful composition. It's emblematic of Halloween Town as a whole. Could I ask you gents a favour? Actually... So, you want us to work with them and make some exciting music for Halloween? Yep, Something extra cheerful and lively. What? But I thought the music they were playing now was perfectly Halloween-esque. If we don't change it up, it'll just be more of the same old, same old. I want you to collaborate with these folks from Twisted Wonderland and make the toe-tappingest, bone-rattlingest song you can. Sure, Jack, we'd be happy to deliver. It'll be nice working with you folks. If my wisdom has been asked for, I can hardly withhold it. Very well, monsters. I will teach you the kind of jaunty tunes we enjoy in Twisted Wonderland. You're not on the music team, Samak! Consider this another gift in service to creating a wholly new Halloween experience. Oop. Wait, are we up to date now? Nope. There we go. We're up to date on that team. How many chapters are there this time? Halloween decorations, Dr. Finkelstein, I look forward to working with you. The same goes for all of my upperclassmen, of course. Oh yeah, you're the only sophomore here, huh? Glad to have you on the team. With no Leona around to immediately start squabbling with Malleus, we should have a smooth day ahead of us. I'm not certain you have any room to judge others, Schoenheit, considering your own irascible temperament. Alright, so, Halloween decorations, is it? That's correct. Something different from the typical bat wings, spider webs, and jack-o'-lanterns typically associated with the holiday. What did you discuss yesterday? Finkelstein asked us how we spend Halloweens in Twisted Wonderland. So we explained Nightraven College's tradition of each dorm having its own decorations. Hence the arguing. Yes, that explains things. Halloween decorations are a point of pride and reputation for our dorms. Of course an all-house warden group would argue about it. But for our current purposes, we won't have the time to do large-scale decorations like what we do at school. How do each of you spend Halloween while you're at home with your family? I always had my hands full decorating the shop. Oh, right. Your family runs a confectionery, if memory serves.
Ooh, confections. I like the sound of that. You must have decorated with leaping frogs and slithering snakes, yes? Catching those is no small feat.
I wouldn't decorate the store with things that would scare off customers. But anyway, my little brother and sister would always insist on having decorations their way. Back in middle school, I remember they'd cram in as many decorations as our little store could possibly hold. It was my job to organize them and keep my siblings happy. That sounds quite pleasant. You're very caring in how you treat your family, aren't you? I wouldn't say that. How do you usually spend Halloween, Jamil? The Halloweens I spent in the Scalding Sands were very opulent affairs. I remember one time as a kid I was fetching Callum for some event or other, and when I opened the door I tripped over something. I looked around and saw huge gemstones shaped like jack-o'-lanterns scattered all over the floor of his room. I asked what the deal was, and he said they were Halloween decorations. That seems less like the holiday itself is opulent, and more like Callum's family just likes to go big. No kidding, it didn't occur to me how strange it was until I was in elementary school. There's a charming sort of whimsy to that, though. It's true that beautiful gems can do wonders to lift one's mood. Visual stimuli are critical, which is why Halloween needs to be as bright and beautiful as possible in its presentation. True enough. Though I doubt we'll find much in the way of precious stones and metals in Halloween Town. What about wall decorations then? Those are essential for a good party. An interesting suggestion. In Briar Valley, we hang up brightly coloured banners for celebratory occasions. Banners? Like with text? Banners with emblems, mainly. We would place those all throughout the castle. Displaying the emblem of a house or region is a suitable way of showing who a celebration is meant to honour. Makes sense. What if we decorate with banners representing our respective dorms? I rather like that suggestion, actually.
Banners? I've got one of those hanging over the entrance to Town Hall.
Do you? I don't remember seeing one. I vaguely recall a tattered length of cloth, coloured orange and black.
Don't equate our work with rags. We'll be creating fancy, beautiful banners that will fill you with cheer just by looking at them.
All right, we have a direction. Now we'll need cloth and thread. Are there any tailoring experts in town?
That would be Sally, right? Tailoring, eh? Then it's Sally you want, but...
She's handling food preparations, is she not?
Now I'm no Sally, but I know my way around a needle and thread. I've used them plenty. Come to my house. I've got some spare supplies that should work wonders.
Is it time for another group to be incredibly creeped out by Dr. Finkelstein's lab and its contents? Okay, we've got fabric and thread from the doctor's house. One minor issue, though. It's all so drab. Indeed. This fabric seems to only come in grey, black, and a colour resembling diluted tea.
How is it that all you children do is complain? Don't you have any gratitude?
Come on, guys, let's not grouse about it.
Jamil, nice of you to see my side of things.
I mean, it's obvious enough how drab it is without highlighting it. It's drab all the way down, no flair whatsoever.
What?
But if you look at it more closely, you'll be able to tell this is quality fabric. It looks old at a glance, but it's well made and finely woven. The thread has a luster to it as well. It looks like it could hold up to plenty of everyday wear and tear. This is all sturdy, high-quality material.
You can tell. You're precisely correct. I use durable materials that can withstand rigorous activity day in and day out.
I know, and I'll grant that I have no problem with the materials themselves. Likewise with our attire. Looking it over, I wonder if it's cut from the same cloth as Jack's own suit. It's perfectly form-fitting, and it employs more than just a uniform black. The colour has different gradients, and I can produce a wide range of impressions depending on the outfit. Even the stripe pattern varies among suits that use the same black and grey base colours. Huh? Really? You didn't notice? Jamil's outfit and yours have different colours and patterns. Now that you mention it, they do. I hadn't paid that much attention to it myself. I just saw them as strange outfits that we can't change out of even with magic. Out of all the black attire I've donned over the years, this is especially pleasing. I hope it's possible for me to take it back to Briar Valley. For you and Vil to both give these outfits such high marks is pretty impressive. Were I to invite you all to Briar Valley, you would fit right in if you wore these clothes, particularly you, Viper. I hardly recognized you. Oh? True. You have a rather commanding presence. Maybe it's the oversized coat. You look much more self-possessed than usual. Would that you held your head so high the rest of the time. Is that a compliment? Well, thank you? The bowler hat's a nice touch too. I'm so used to seeing your hair in braids, you look like a different person now. Agreed. Counterintuitively enough, the hat highlights the beauty of your black hair.
Oh, I see you've got a little jack face on your head. I should sew one of those onto mine.
Yeah, he does a bit, doesn't he, Heike? It suits him, though. It suits him a lot. I do think Jamel's is my favourite one of these outfits. Could you all please stop studying me now? What's the matter? Are you embarrassed? There's something you don't see every day. You could be so adorable. Look, all I mean is enough about me. We need to talk about what to do with this material. No matter how good the fabric quality is, these colours won't make for very eye-catching banners.
Can't you wiggle your fingers and use your magic to solve that problem?
I do know colour-changing magic. Casting is simple enough, but even with my power, it won't last forever. That's true, it will revert back to its original colour eventually.
So much for the convenience of magic. It just shows you that nothing can beat the power of science.
Lectures on science aren't terribly convincing coming from a man with an exposed brain. They keep talking about him having an exposed brain, but his cap seems to be quite thoroughly on. Alright, so how about we dye it? People use plant and mineral-based clothing dyes even in Twisted Wonderland. I did a bit of that as a kid myself. Plant-based dyes are the standard in the Scalding Sands. Maybe there are plants somewhere around Halloween Town we could use. Ah, now you mention it, I saw some labels for medicinal herbs when Sally showed me around her kitchen. If we put those to use and get the right chemical reactions, we could make dyes out of them. Why, that's genius! I love the idea of using cloth we dyed by hand. Oh, in JP his head was open? Really? Yeah, I can see that being a difference that would happen. Alright, let's go get what we need. Hey, they're making progress! Now for the food team, though. Is everyone ready to prepare a feast? That reminds me, I wanted to ask, how did you like your dinner yesterday? It was quite delicious, thank you. It was definitely a flavour I'll never forget. Okay, what did you guys discuss yesterday? Yesterday, I learned that Twisted Wonderland is a very frightening place. Huh? It is? What stories have you guys been feeding Sally? Nothing special at all, we were just talking about milk. And we learned that cuisine in Halloween Town differs greatly from that of Twisted Wonderland. I see. No wonder Trey had such a conflicted look on his face. It would hardly be acceptable if our food offerings left those from either Halloween Town or Twisted Wonderland unsatisfied. Yeah. We're gonna need to use the ingredients we have access to here to make something suitable to everyone's palates. Yeah, Leona's gonna be great working with Sally, right? Trey and Jamil do plenty of cooking as it is. They can probably improvise as long as we give them something decent to work with. You dump the entire job in their laps. Can you turn ingredients you've never seen before into food that makes everyone happy? Yeah, well, delegation's all about assigning the right person to the right job. They'd probably be pleased doing something useful anyway. I cook at the Mothro Lounge on a regular basis. Though it's not a dedicated position, I could assist as well. Nope, we're good. No need to complicate things. You sit this one out. So, do we have enough food to go around? No, not enough for a party for the whole town. Don't worry though, we can get whatever extra we need from my garden at home. Oh, a home garden? I'm curious to see what you're growing there. Allow us to help with the harvesting. Lead the way, Miss Sally. All right, here we are. Is this a graveyard? This isn't the garden you mentioned, is it? Why, yes. It's spacious and doesn't get a lot of visitors. Perfect for gardening. We're seriously going to eat food that was grown in a graveyard? Don't put it so bluntly. You're just making me dwell on it even more. Let's at least see what kind of garden we're working with here. The signs say witch hazel, henbane, and deadly nightshade. I've never heard of any of those. What kind of vegetables are they? They're herbs rather than vegetables, Apple. Oh, you're not familiar, Apple? Witch hazel and henbane are both commonly used potionology reagents. Jade! That might have worked yesterday, but you're not going to fool me twice. And he might not be lying this time, though. There's no way Twisted Wonderland has plants with names as strange as those. FL. If you get pulled from playing at club meets due to failing grades, you and I are gonna have some words. Huh? What do my grades have to do with anything? Witch hazel and henbane are plants used for potionology and alchemy. I'm fairly certain that's been covered even in the freshman class. Huh? I don't remember that. Dear me. How unfortunate for my good faith effort to share knowledge with someone less informed would be met with suspicion. I'm wounded. Oh, my heart, it aches. I'm sorry. See, your slacking off in class left you wide open to getting played by this moray punk. Last thing I need is Vil getting on my case about club meets distracting you from your education. At least get the basics under your belt. In that case, would you be willing to tutor me sometime, Leona? What? Why should I? It's easy freshman material. Figure it out for yourself. I will say I'm not familiar with Deadly Nightshade. Is that unique to Halloween Town? Don't know about the deadly part, but I guess it's related to the nightshade listed in our textbooks. Ah, I see. That's a herb I'm quite familiar with. I cultivate it in the botanical garden. Drinking this will knock you right out. I mean, it will help you sleep very, very well. I'm glad you're familiar with each of these. In our world, they're only used in lab settings. I've never heard of them used in cooking. But I guess that's Halloween Town for you. It's quite a town. A devilishly delightful town, yes. How many chapters do we have? How long will my phone's battery survive? It's doing quite well today. There's gotta be something other than salad, right? I only eat meat, just so we're clear. Shouldn't you at least try things before refusing to eat them? Fine, I'll just find my own non-plant ingredients. How's that sound? Leona, I think you may be eating bugs. Alright, I'll be happy to cook them up into something tasty. Yeah, the event is definitely in 5 parts, Heike. It's just every part seems to be pretty long. Cool. I'll handle it. My, you're taking this surprisingly calmly. Yeah, 'cause I'm an adult. I'm not gonna snap at a lady just 'cause she says something I don't like. Yeah, but if it was a bloke that told you that, you would, though, Leona. A lady? Considering the way you normally talk, I was not expecting you to treat her that way. Indeed. Why, it's almost as though you're some sort of high-born prince. You know exactly what I am, but fine, since you gave me the setup. I am high-born. Oh, yes, how could I forget? Watching Jade and Leona go back and forth like that is giving me anxiety. Okay, so what kind of game can I hunt around here? Let's see. There's snakes and spiders and, oh, a lot of bats, rats and frogs. I wholeheartedly reject the idea of eating any of those things. They're all pretty edible, Riddle. Come on, where's your culinary curiosity? Sally, weren't you just talking about not knocking things before trying them? Yes, I certainly was. This isn't about culinary curiosity, it's unsanitary. If you clean and cook them properly, it's not unsanitary, Riddle. I can hardly speak for bats and rats, but snakes and frogs are staple outdoor foods. Mind you, I've never had either. You must be an excellent cook, Sally. Yeah, you did mention yesterday that you cook the doctor's meals, huh? That's right. I'm basically made to do the doctor's housekeeping. I have nothing against cooking and sewing, but I do wish I had a little more freedom. The doctor's always so frustratingly insistent that I never go out and just stay home. And no matter what I say, it's always, "You're a housekeeper, just do as I say." Really? That sounds awful. Agreed. You should lodge a firm protest if he's treating you unfairly. If you require any assistance, I'll be happy to offer some. I would so enjoy seeing a look of panic on the doctor's face. Wouldn't you agree, Leona? Not really. Putting the make the doctor panic aspect aside, ignoring someone in distress isn't very gentlemanly. Yeah, we should all work together and brainstorm up a plan to make the doctor think twice about his attitude. Yeah, Bold of you guys to assume she even needs the help. I picked up a whiff of nightshade among all the other unfamiliar scents I smelled when she came to town hall yesterday. You poisoned Finkelstein with some so you could sneak out, didn't you? No way! Sally's so sweet and caring, she'd never do something like that. Oh my, you could tell? What? You covered it up with a stronger smell, but I've got a real sensitive nose. My options were very limited. Hey, I ain't judging. That puts you way above people who just sit around complaining without doing anything. Trust me, I hold such gallant ladies in the highest esteem. That's very encouraging to hear. Thank you. I very much look forward to our meals today. Let's get to work now, shall we? Leona's just like, I love a proactive woman. Leona's offering Miss Sally his arm. Incredible. What a flawless way of escorting a lady. Leona looks so mature. My golly, he's cool. Now I want to try escorting someone. Would you care to practice with me? Huh? But if I practiced with you... Please, Appel, don't worry. I'll even crouch down so you can reach. Ooh! Yeah. Appel, don't. There's no telling what sort of trouble you'll get dragged into if you link arms with Jade. Ah, there we go. We are in fact up to date. I thought we'd be getting a twist tune. Was I wrong? Yeah, that was crafting. Maybe there wasn't a twist tune one on here. Oh no, there was. I was expecting a twist tune since we had a twist tune mission. Let's grab Apple. In order to get to Pity on Leona's banner, I need 4 gems. Where can I get 4 gems from? There's nothing in the stamp missions that gives gems. There's the completion reward, but that's going to be a fair bit of work, and I can't do that. I can't do the invite right now, so that's not going to work. 10 more cards to level 60. I don't have enough things to groovy. 50 twist tunes. Cosmic battles. What are the current cosmic and water? Yeah, I think I'm done with the twist tunes at the moment. I'll have a check. 30 water exam battles. Do I not have any way of getting a quick think all of these ones are just things that get those. Yeah. I don't think any of these have gems still to obtain. Yeah, I did those. Wait, maybe this one. Aha! There we go. I do have some gems. Does it matter which one I'm doing? Great combo on normal is something to work towards. Alright, we're gonna do a couple of twist tunes then. And then hopefully Leona comes home. Oh, that was a hold note. I'm glad we found some way of getting those last gems. We need to do that one more time, and then we have it. Ooh, did it. Alright, so that should get us, yep, 2 rewards. Boom. Okay. Leona, I swear! If you don't come home on this, I'm going to be so mad. It'll also be the very first time that First Pity has failed me. So, here goes.
Nanjiの魂の形を見せよ。
be Savannah Call Colors. Please, 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 please. No! Oh, okay. You know what? You know what? I'll take it. No, Leona. No. Ah. But I have wanted a dorm riddle of my own for a while, I guess. I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have said it before I pulled. I spoke that into existence, didn't I? That's the first time I haven't got the banner SR at 100. Damn it. Oh, no. Oh, I can't afford to go to 200. Ah. I'm mad. Oh, well. Guess I'm just gonna have to pull for him on the rerun, huh? Anyway. Thank you for coming. And aside from this massive failure, it's been fun. If you're new here and you've enjoyed your time, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can also follow me on social media, which is linked in the description box. The streaming schedule for the channel goes up both over there on social media and over here on YouTube in the post tab of the channel that I don't remember whether I put it there this week. I will double check that afterwards. The next scheduled stream is Wednesday, 7 PM for some more Pokemon Legends ZA. Hope to see you then, or another time. Once again, thank you very much for coming. And this is Kalla, about to go scream somewhere. Damn it, Leona. Bye-bye.